In the early 1980s, a shadow empire began to take shape, one that would forever alter the landscape of international crime and politics. Amidst the lush hills and turbulent streets of Colombia emerged a figure whose ruthless ambition and innovative tactics redefined the cocaine trade. This is the untold story of Carlos Lehder, the man who transformed cocaine smuggling into a sprawling empire that reached far beyond the jungles of Medellin. Born to a German father and Colombian mother, Lehder's life was marked by contradictions. Charming yet ruthless, flamboyant yet calculating, a self-made kingpin whose influence would ripple across continents and decades. Tonight, we delve deep into his clandestine operations, unveiling how Norman's Key, a tiny island in the Bahamas, became the nerve center for the Medellín Cartel's cocaine flights. It is a tale of power, politics, and peril, one that reveals the hidden forces shaping the global drug war still raging today. This is not just history, it's a cautionary tale with urgent resonances. Understanding Lehder means facing uncomfortable truths about the drug trade's reach and the costs borne by millions worldwide. For the next several minutes, we invite you to watch carefully, to listen closely, and to reflect on the perilous legacy of a man whose dreams of power cast long shadows over nations. The cocaine trade didn't build itself. Behind every shipment, every plane that took off into the night sky was meticulous planning and ruthless execution. At the heart of this enterprise was Norman's Key, an unassuming island that under Lehder's control became a fortress, a gateway for tons of cocaine from Colombia to the United States. Lehder's strategic vision was clear: dominate the air routes and control the supply chain. Norman's Key, once a sleepy destination, was transformed with military precision. Landing strips were extended, radar systems installed, and an armed militia guarded the perimeter. This island was no longer a paradise. It was a fortress where cocaine was loaded onto planes for the lucrative flights north. Lehder's operations here were unlike anything the world had seen, an audacious gamble that paid off in millions. But success came with risk. Lehder's flamboyant style, sporting eccentric sunglasses, loud clothes, and open displays of wealth, earned him enemies as well as allies. His political ambitions aimed at legitimizing his power, propelling him into Colombia's turbulent political sphere, where his cartel's violence was matched only by its influence. The man behind the empire was a paradox: on one hand, a cocaine kingpin; on the other, a would-be politician who dreamed of reshaping his country. As time passed, the signs of Lehder's increasing recklessness became clear. His paranoia grew, marked by violent outbursts and erratic decisions that destabilized the cartel's operations. His refusal to share power, combined with his radical political beliefs, started to fracture alliances within the Medellín network. The once tightly knit cartel began to crumble under his volatile leadership. Many at the time tried to rationalize Lehder's behavior: drugs, the pressures of running such a vast operation, the stresses of law enforcement pressure. But these explanations failed to grasp the full extent of his ambition and the consequences that followed. Lehder wasn't just a product of the trade, he was a catalyst who altered the drug war's dimensions forever. Eyewitness accounts and leaked intelligence from the era reveal the chilling reality of Lehder's reign. Former cartel members recall his cold cruelty, ordering assassinations with cold efficiency, and the atmosphere of fear that permeated the ranks. His innovations in smuggling tactics, particularly air routes through Norman's Key, inspired similar strategies worldwide, escalating the international drug trade to unprecedented levels. Notorious criminal trials and declassified government documents show how deeply intertwined Lehder was with corrupt officials and even international political figures. The cocaine kingpin wielded influence that blurred lines between crime and statecraft, his empire not just surviving but thriving under protection from some quarters, and relentlessly pursued by others. Historically, Lehder's rise occurred against the backdrop of Cold War politics and regional instability. His operations didn't happen in a vacuum. They intersected with geopolitical interests, secret agendas, and covert operations involving intelligence agencies. This intersection of crime and politics explains why the full story remains obscured by layers of secrecy and denial. Moreover, conspiracies linger surrounding Lehder's sudden capture and extradition to the United States. Some believe South American powers arranged his downfall to prevent destabilization, while others suggest American agencies sought to dismantle the Medellín Cartel's infrastructure by removing its most flamboyant leader. Whatever the trut,